What's up, everyone? It is CJ, your host of Real Talk News, and it is November 6th, 2020. And it looks like our fate is going to be sealed. Now, I mentioned before in my last upload, it doesn't really matter who stays in power or gets in power. Come next year, this country is done. For example, if Creepy Joe gets in, which it looks like that the Democrats are stealing this way through, and everything else that goes along with it, with the ongoing selection fraud. But I'm not gonna divulge into that. But let's say he gets in. He has a list of things he is going to commence right away. The first one is, and this is right along Kamala Harris, sweeping gun control. Now, if you believe in the Constitution and the Second Amendment, whether you do or don't, that's your take. But with all of the new gun owners that have sprung up this year, and I am cautiously thankful for, but something along that could backfire, and I'll talk about that another time. But let's say he gets in, and with his gun control, he is going to go after a particular rifle. No question about it. He's going to seek it out full steam ahead. And if you remember, throughout his run, he mentioned more than once that he is going after gun and firearm manufacturers to shut them down. That's on his list as well. Another thing is higher taxes. Also, with this pandemic, mandatory masking, mandatory lockdown are on his list. And he's mentioned it a few times. Now with President Trump, the mask will still be, and the vaccine and warp speed will still proceed ahead. And even with Biden, that program is still going to be steaming along. I mean, do you honestly think that it wouldn't? This whole scamdemic has been a wet dream for those who truly run the world. For years, they have been fomenting at the mouth to unleash this. As time goes along, we're going to see food shortages. Oh yes, that is part of the plan as well. Higher prices. Inflation is going to skyrocket. You're going to be put in a position when you go out to the store and to buy the basic necessities that you need, whether it be food and anything else included, you're going to be paying up the yin yang at the checkout. And it'll be either way with Trump or Biden. Maybe not as much on a high level with Trump, but in Biden, it'll be substantially high. For example, I looked in the Drudge Report earlier, and I'll just name off a couple of headlines. The October jobs report is only up plus 638,000 since this whole time. Only 638,000 jobs have been added or given back to those that were displaced from their jobs due to this. In the state of New York, Governor Cuomo is upping the National Guard presence at the airport to stop untested travelers. In Oregon, plans new restrictions, and I've seen the articles out today put out by the local propaganda news, and they're issuing a 2-week pause for social gatherings in certain counties within Portland, Oregon. But yet, cases have gone up a little bit, and only 6 supposed deaths of this. And on the flip side, Antifa and Black Lives Matter will be allowed to go out and commence their chaos, terrorism, and destruction. And they won't get any kind of punishment for it. Grocers are limiting toilet paper, disinfectant wipes purchases again. And this is from a local station in northern Texas. It's a move reminiscent of the springtime COVID shutdown in Texas and across the nation. Some grocery store chains are now reimposing limits on key items such as toilet paper and paper goods and wipes. So, as I mentioned before, the Republic, come January 20th, is dead. Those freedoms that we took for granted, the right to travel to and from, the right to peacefully assemble, the right to live your life without persecution is going to be over. And it breaks my heart because I have young kids and I do what I do so that my kids can have a future. Before all this, But people have become complacent, lazy, self-indulged, careless. We have allowed this to happen. And some have decided to do something, but it's too little too late. Now, I'm not saying don't quit fighting. Don't quit anything. And I'm not trying to be a Donnie Downer. But I can see what's coming. Everything that's going on, I can see it. Clear as day. The dark winter that has been gaining steam within the alternative and truth community. And even Joe Biden mentioned it twice. Look into it. Just search up dark winter. And everything you see going on right now fits with what the government officials are telling you what is to come. What they want to do regarding society, regarding your freedoms and your rights, regarding the economical downfall, and regarding the coming mandatory vaccine for something that has not killed anybody except for what the mainstream media says, and for something that the CDC has said has a 90, almost 100% recovery rate without any separate treatment. And that's for all age group, all races. Yeah, I look in my kids' eyes and I know what's in store for them because we should have tried to stop this a long time ago. I have been. But for the majority of the country, I've been telling you through various things that I put out what is to come. The only thing you can do now is be prepped, buy food, get food storage. And there's quite a few outlets out there. Look in emergency food. Get all your preps ready. Get everything you need now. I told you they were going to do this again. Not because I heard it from other people. Because I read. Stay frosty.